launched our first tower. It was fantastically successful. We sold it out within 2 weeks. The fifth largest mall in Dubai will be literally one elevator away. Hit the elevator and you're in the mall. There's a building next door, I won't mention names, built and finished, and they're charging 4,400 per foot for the same view. That gives you an idea of price ceilings. It also gives you an idea about why people are so voraciously buying this project. This is the most popular project in Sobha in Dubai right now, meaning it's one of the most popular projects in Dubai, period.
Hi, I'm Ollie, MD at Source Investments. Today, I'm joined by Tom, my business partner and founder at Source Investments, and we've also got Nader with us from Sobha Realty. So today, we want to talk specifically about location and connectivity. And I think, Nader, you've definitely got a project in Sobha's portfolio that lends itself really well to this point. So I'll perhaps let you introduce the project that touches on that.
Sure. So Sobha Central is a brand new project of ours. We only launched it around 7 to 8 weeks ago. We launched our first tower. It was fantastically successful. We sold it out within 2 weeks. That's 890 units in 2 weeks. And then we launched the next one. And then just recently, around 3 days ago, we launched the last. Why has it been so successful? Because it's in JLT, right next to the marina, within 7 minutes walking at marina. It's within walking distance of 2 metro stations, DMCC and Jebel Ali metro station. Plus, you have the Sheikh Zayed Road right on its doorstep. And it's the only residential property in the whole of Dubai that has the slip roads directly from the Sheikh Zayed Road on and in and out of the car park. So the connectivity is just absolutely fantastic. And in Dubai's current traffic, you need it. You need it. You absolutely need it. People pay for it.
Yeah, I think this is the exact point, and I think certainly something that really drew us to this project. If you've ever been to Dubai, you've experienced Dubai traffic. And, you know, as with any development, you want to buy in the right location. But I think what people ignore, some people look at Dubai, they get excited, you sort of think about it as a rising tide lifts all boats. You know, wherever I buy is good. And that is not the case. I think you can definitely get it wrong. So I think the connectivity, and perhaps Nader just talking a little bit more about that road. So the slip road that connects onto Sheikh Zayed and the benefit of that.
So Sheikh Zayed is the artery of Dubai. I would actually say it's the artery of the Middle East at this point. Generally, to get on, it's like trying to get on and off the M25. Sometimes to get on the M25 it might take you half an hour, right? But if you had a slip road from the M25 straight from your car park that you could jump onto it, you'd have a lot better accessibility. And that's kind of how you need to think about it. There is no other residential project that has it. And so that will bring you up value to you immediately. Every morning, it will bring you that value. You know, the projects next door in JLT might take you 5 minutes to drive out of the project and get onto this road. They might take you 25 minutes, right? That makes a big difference.
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of people potentially watching from the UK who travel to Dubai on holiday, lots of clients that we've spoken to, and a lot of them will want to stay in the marina or JBR. And you might get away with not understanding actually the traffic issues. If you just come in and you stay in a nice hotel, a nice resort, you're there for a week and you do it once or twice a year, you might not notice it. But if you're serious about spending more time in Dubai and you're serious about maybe buying something, you start to realize the traffic. I mean, you know, more recently I was in Dubai a few weeks ago and I was just a kilometer away from my sales team in the marina who was staying in one of the hotels. And it took me 3 minutes to get there. And it took me 18 minutes to get back to the same location afterwards. And that just shows you, the complexity of the road system around the marina and where you can get sort of caught up. But it's like living that day in, day out. That's when it gilds a reputation. That's when it becomes more of a factor. I think for a lot of holiday makers who go there, they might not necessarily realize what we're talking about until you start spending more time there.
Yeah, you know, what's the importance of this for an investor, I guess, is a question. Well, the obvious one is who's going to be renting? You know, if you're going to be renting out, who's going to be renting it? People who are living in Dubai are sensitive to the traffic. They know the areas where they do and don't want to be.
And they drive cars.
Everyone drives. Like no one's really walking around. So it's obviously important for that in terms of attracting a tenant. But then there's resale. You know, you might want to exit this investment at some point in the future. Who are you selling it to? Well, if you're buying in a block that is known for great connectivity, can rent this out all day, I know I can probably sell it on because it's got this reputation of being great from a transport point of view. Well, that's obviously going to bode pretty well for you. And I guess, you know, what are you seeing from buyers who are buying in this development, Nader?
Well, I'd like to add on to the fact that the 5th largest mall in Dubai will be literally 1 elevator away. You hit the elevator and you're in the mall, right? We're building it underneath the project,
it's impressive.
which means you don't need to leave as well. So, right, having something that's larger than Westfield Stratford by nearly 40%, right? 200 more retail units than in Stratford means that actually, yes, okay, fine. You're better connected, but you have to leave less, right? You'll want to leave less. There'll be food and beverage. There'll be all the shopping. There'll be everything that you need there at a very reasonable price. At a very reasonable price.
I guess that's the other thing as well is if you're someone who likes spending time in the marina, JLT, JBR, that area, Blue Water, this is why this project's also been so popular with UK investors, because the access to still enjoy all your favorite restaurants in the marina. You're right there, you know, it's enjoying the merits of that area, but having the connectivity to get into downtown in 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
And on that point that you just mentioned, Tom, Nader, pricing, what does it look like versus if you did want to buy, you know, versus a Blue Water or something? Like what price are we looking at in Sobha Central?
Prices start at 2,500 a foot and they go to about 3,100 a foot dirhams. So that would be around £550 to around £650. £650 would buy you palm views, right? Buy you palm views, Blue Water views, JBR views, marina views. The view is spectacular for the price. It's another reason why we've done so well. I mean, there's a building next door, I won't mention names, but they're completely built and finished and they're charging 4,400 per foot for the same view, right? And that gives you an idea of price ceilings. It also gives you an idea about why people are so voraciously buying this project. This is the most popular project in Sobha in Dubai right now, meaning it's one of the most popular projects in Dubai, period.
Yeah, it's super affordable to get what will be iconic views. Because, you know, being able to own a place that has, I know it sounds silly, but even the road itself, looking back down is impressive. But to be able to look across towards Blue Water, the Palm, say you own something with, you know, ocean views overlooking the Palm for this kind of price point, I think that's where, you know, there's definitely some potential.
I mean, we have a project that's actually on the harbour, right? And we're charging 11K, between 8 and 11K a foot, right? Between £2,500 to £3,500 a foot for this very similar view, right? That there you have a very premium location. This here you have you still have a prime location with those same views, right? It's a lot more affordable, right? Yeah. And that's where we're seeing, you know, the Lewis Hamiltons of the world are buying that Sea Haven project, but the Central project is accessible for us all. And I think that's why we're seeing it being bought so rapidly. We're seeing buyers come in their droves. And the thing is that this sort of stock doesn't last long.
Yeah.
You know, we're seeing it go so quickly.
Yeah. And, you know, it's those buyers that understand all of the things that we've spoken about. I think it just seems a no-brainer. So, Nader, we get asked quite a lot by our clients about our relationship with Sobha, how that setup works. And I think we can obviously come on to chatting a bit about that ourselves, but I think it's sometimes really useful to hear from the developer actually explaining how your business is set up in a way to work with investment companies or agents like us.
So really, Sobha is a developer. We're one of the largest developers in the Middle East. And we work with agencies like yours to bring clientele to us. That's really how we work with agencies. And we'd like to work with trusted partners, particularly people who can offer a tailored service.
We also get asked by clients whether there's any benefit from going directly to Sobha or going through an agency like us. Perhaps it'd be good to explain kind of how, you know, Sobha's position on that.
So Sobha has a consistent pricing. And so it doesn't matter whether you come directly to us or you come through an agency, our price will always stay the same. We actually don't give even discounts for bulk deals. We do that to protect all clients, big and small.
Yeah, I think there's always an education piece there because businesses might engage with us. And more often than not, you know, they would rather just deal with us. We have a relationship, but people are always questioning, okay, well, actually, if I go direct to Sobha, am I going to get a better deal? And I do think that's something that is really nice about working with tier one developers in Dubai. Everyone's treated the same. So it actually keeps it super transparent, super straightforward, i.e., if a buyer's looking at buying in Dubai, they're going to get exactly the same deal through Source Investments as they would direct with Sobha. And I think some companies probably do try and package it up in different ways to make them feel like they're getting a better deal. But actually, everyone's singing off the same hymn sheet, which I think does keep it a lot more straightforward versus some other developers in the market that might do different tactics, I suppose, to entice buyers in.
Yes, I think we keep the price consistent, but I think what changes is the service level from agency to agency. And that's why we try and work with the best agencies, because that's really what makes a difference in the client's journey through buying something, particularly when they're buying something here from the UK. It's quite a long way away, and it does take skills and expertise from our agents to get that right for the client. And I think that can really help.
For anyone that's watching this video and does want to find out more, then you can click the link below, get in touch with a member of our team. We'll happily share further details with you, but also we're always around to meet, go to the Sobha offices in Mayfair, which we'd always recommend, and can discuss the details further. Thanks very much.